Hey people, welcome to the animated book recap of The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. My first read of the year, and between me and you, best one. In The Night and the Moth, we follow Six, our main character, who's one of 6 diviners from the Iceland cathedral. They hide their names going by numbers instead, the same way they hide their eyes. But because we're besties, she shares her name with us, Sybil. She can't remember her life before the cathedral, but she knows she was a foundling, an orphan child, and that the abbess saved her life and did the same to the other 5 diviners. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Happy New Year! By doing so, she made them special, holy. They possess the power of seeing the future through the 6 omens, this world's gods. Each omen has a symbol. The artful brigand has a coin, the harried scribe an inkwell, the ardent oarsman a oar, the faithful forester a chime, the heart-sore weaver a weaver, and then there is the moth, which represents death. Their tenure is 10 years, 10 years where they must drown in the smelly spring water several times a day for all these rich people that come by drinking their blood, and always supervised by the abbess in a form of ritual they call dreaming. Even though it makes them sick every time and they hate it, the girls see this as an honor. How even after their tenure is over, which should be in a few months, they will always be something else. Not only women, but diviners. The friendship between the girls is sweet and funny. I wish I got more info on their looks besides hair color. To be honest, some of their hair color wasn't even described, leaving it to the reader's imagination. I was this close of giving 2 a blue walk, but I refrained myself for whimsical reasons. As diviners, they must follow some rules, the main of them being holy in public, human in private, which means as young women they can have their adventures, but they should still hide their eyes and their names, and people shouldn't see them sick after dreaming. The book starts with a visit from the new king, Benjamin, who comes to dream, a common ritual for a recently crowned king. As he comes up the hill with his knights, the diviners pick who's going to dream for him by a game. 6 pulls the shorter stick. She's the unlucky one, but she's happy to please the abbess. 6 loves to be a diviner, loves her sisters, loves to make the abbess proud, taking more dreams than the other girls even if she hates it. She looks forward to the day she can leave the spring with her sisters and see the world. For 10 years they have never left. They know nothing of what is out there. As the diviners make their way back to the cathedral, 6 stays back and notices a knight who stayed back too. They exchange looks and he's tall. Olive-skinned, dark-eyed knight gives us a sneer that leaves no doubt. Hello, main male character. She looks down on him, literally. He gives her an heretic speech. He's not a believer. Them, I like him. Back in the castle, they do the ritual. We're also introduced to the bat gargoyle. There are other gargoyles in Iceland, but this one is different. He not only speaks, but he's hilarious, and he calls everyone Bartolomeo. He helps 6 getting ready, and as she dreams, super violent experience by the way, she basically sees all the bad signs that you can ever see. So the abbess also gives the impression of not being a big fan of the new king. During her speech, she mentions how the 6 omens came out during a time where humans were turning into savages because the sprites were wild and taking over. This is a recurring theme, how the sprites are the enemy in this story. Sprites are basically the magical creatures in this world, like the like the gargoyles. Basically, the omens kill a lot of these magical beings, and some believe they actually are still alive in the different hamlet. Each hamlet worships a different omen. After the dream, 6 passes out and wakes up at night, still in the cathedral, and as she makes her way to get a glass of water, she runs into Moth, a woman knight who tries to stop her from going in the kitchen, where she finds hot male main character, half naked and hurt, and the king. They're hiding something, but 6 can sniff it. It's the sweet, rotten spring water that she drowns in every day. 6 throws up on the hot man's boots and runs. He comes after her, gives her weed for the nausea. They have a bit of a banter about how she doesn't know how to have fun, how she sits so holy but knows nothing of what's going on the hamlets, the villages, knows nothing about the sprites, the magical beings. He asks her name, she asks for his. Rory, mind delicious. I'm happy with this male character, yes. Okay, we got the tall, dark and handsome package, but on top he's a atheist. Sign me up. Love me an unholy man. The next morning, while chatting with the girls, Six suggests they all leave the cathedral for a fun night out, something she never done and something they never done all together. The girls are excited, but they need someone to protect them. They all had a fair share of people in the past trying to remove their shrouds or asking for divinations in less ethical ways, so imagine all 6 of them coming into town, even if they try to hide their faces. And then Six remembers maybe she has some leverage. Taking spring water is not allowed. And who had spring water last night for whatever reason? She heads to the kitchen where Moth, Rory and the king, Benji, sit separate from the other knights and blackmails them. At first they say no, they have other obligations. Six insists. Things get a bit heated, but later she finds a note for them to be ready that night. Later on that day, the girls smoke all the weed that was left and make promises that one day, when they all leave Isling, is what they will do all day. Smoke, work a bit, and have fun with knights. But they must remember, knights are shooting stars. They come and they go, but they are the moon, forever. Oh my heart. Sisterhood, guys. The knights come, 6 of them, 1 for each. Rory's there, being hot, but Six is paired up with another guy, which she finds cute enough to make out with, until he starts saying how awesome it is to make out with a diviner. She quickly loses interest, especially after he asks her to tell him her name or show her eyes so others will believe he made out with a diviner. At the village, she finds a shop that sells statues, something she has interest in, since at the cathedral, when she's not dreaming, she's building or fixing the wall with her hammer, chisel, and the help of the bat gargoyle. When the shop owner notices her covered eyes under the hood, things quickly turn sour. As the abbess says, people tend to want holy things to themselves. Who comes to save the day? Dark and handsome, mind delicious. They drink, they dance. By the end of the night, the king shows up, dances with her and proposes a bet. A challenge to Horace Craft. 3 attacks until he loses his feet. If he wins, the king will run around naked. If Rory loses his feet, he must get a divination. He does if the attack are by the diviners. The girls decide who goes and steps forward. The king calls the tall one, and one steps out and strikes him where he was hurt the night before. Then he goes the pretty one. Everyone looks at 4, everyone except Rory, who looks at 6. 4 kisses him to 6 displeasure. He doesn't lose his feet though. Then 6 comes and literally lifts the man up. Damn, wouldn't it be easier to kiss me? The next morning they meet by the spring, but 6 doesn't want to ask the abbess to help with the ritual, you know, the drowning bit, so she asks the bat gargoyle instead. This bit is funny because the gargoyle calls 6 Bartolomeo and Rory's like, is that your name? Honestly, gargoyle is carrying the book. He's so silly. They do the ritual, Rory hating every bit of it. She finally drowns and she dreams of the moth. Not just the moth, but she sees terrible things. She sees the diviners dead. Scared and confused, she decides to not share it with anyone. When she wakes up, Rory's gone and the gargoyle says the king came to get him. She hopes her dream meant nothing, but the next day 4 is missing. The way I gasped. The abbess sends a gargoyle after her. Did she escape without them? They almost believe it, but then the next day 2 is gone. They plan to go look for her, but their dorm is locked at night. The next day 3 is gone. 6 tells the abbess about her dream. She's more offended. She dreamt without her and didn't charge the night. Priorities, lady. 6 decides to run to the castle and ask the king for help. The bad gargoyle comes with her and proves himself useful and even more hilarious. They can't find the king though, or Maud, or Rory, but they leave a message with a soldier. They come back in the morning to Isling to find one alone. Now they must stay in the room the whole day. One gets overwhelmed and decides to look in the mirror behind the shroud. 6 looks away. One says, what have they done to us? God, now I'm scared. The next morning, 6 is alone. She screams, she tries to escape. One of the other gargoyles hurts her. And then Rory comes, spins a coin and comes through the window. Was it him then? You have been taking them? She asks No, but I'm taking you. He asks her to pack. She has nothing but her hammer and chisel. As they go to get it, the bat gargoyle shows up asking to go with them. He can't take this again. More children, 10 years and they're gone, and more come. And he's stuck in this cycle forever. Six pities him, agrees. The abbess shows up, orders the other gargoyles to kill the knight and bring Six, but they manage to escape thanks to the coin. The coin Six has seen before in her dreams. It's an omen symbol. Is Rory a omen then? No, it can't be. But she doesn't ask right away. He takes them to another hamlet to meet Moth and Benji. They're going to meet someone that can help her find the other diviners. An omen, or a man, the Harriet scribe himself, surrounded by riches while the city is so poor. Stone eyes. Rory reveals he is not an omen, but he killed one and took his symbol, the coin. Them. They're killing the omens. The scribe man is freaky as fuck, literally bites Six like a creepy moody vampire. Say hi, Nosferatu. They manage to kill him. She leaves with no info from her sisters, but scared of what it means to have your blood full of spring water and what that can make them a target for. We also learn here that all omens carry their symbol that has two powers. One common to all, that is to go through places like the coin, either by flipping the coin or spilling some ink. The other power is different for each omen, like the coin creates an explosion, for example. Sybil is overwhelmed, doubting her belief. She runs away with the bat gargoyle. They found the foundling houses, understands she might have come from there since it's been sponsored by Aisling. They reunite with the others. She still has to find her sisters and she needs their help. Six gets to learn about the king. His grandfather many years ago found out the omens weren't gods, that the abbess was sending them money to keep the facade, the money that could end the poverty in the hamlet. How he found Rory serving the coin omen as a foundling kid himself and took him in after he killed the omen. How Moth also helped kill the faithful forester, another omen, but they never found its symbol, the chime. How when his grandfather finally tried to reveal it all, his knights turned to him. How can you define the gods? And he was stoned as an heretic. Faith is a power thing, y'all. She agrees to join them, even though Benji says his grandfather knew nothing of what happened to diviners after their tenure. He agrees they'll keep looking for them, and with her by their side, people will believe them when they overthrow the cathedral, when they overthrow the abbess. They move on to another hamlet. The omen challenges her, and if she wins, he'll tell her about the diviners. Rory trains her for 3 days. They grow closer. Armors are built in a very sexy way. She tells him her name, Sybil. It's cute, I'm shipping. But she decides to keep her shroud still, even in armor. When she goes to fight the omen in a platform in the water, we find out she can't swim. To which the bat gargoyle has the best line ever. She might not be great at swimming, but God, she knows how to drown. She beats him though, because, main character energy, and she finds out something terrible. Her sisters are dead, he says. All dead. About a week ago, a gargoyle brought one of them, and he drank her dry. Dude. She ends up falling in the water, losing her conscience, drowned by her own sorrow, while she can hear the others rushing to help her. When she wakes up, she's in another hamlet, the one where Moth is from. We get to learn about Moth's backstory. Basically, she's from a noble family and grew up killing sprites to protect her people. But after she killed the omen, she realized the meaning of killing with a purpose, something she wasn't doing. Truth is, the sprites were never after killing humans just because. They attack when they're hungry, and this is something Sybil starts bringing up more and more as they face these magical creatures. Do we have to kill them? Why can't we feed them? Who gave the right to make humans the higher species, and how can they get away so easy with killing sprites? During the ritual of that hamlet, so this is also something I think I forgot to mention, but basically Benji is the new king. He has to go through each hamlet and do these rituals. Mainly involves him getting naked, which he doesn't appreciate, but he does it anyway. So during the ritual of that hamlet, they end up fighting some huge sprites. Moth gets hurt, and Sybil and Rory finally have sexy time, and she finally shows him and us her eyes, stone eyes, like the omens. Could be creepy, but it's our girl, so we're just worried. Rory assures her, like the good man he is, "You are the most beautiful girl I have ever seen," and we agree. Finally, they head to the final hamlet by the sea. Sybil at this point is covering her eyes just for marketing reasons, but eventually stops using it altogether. She wants nothing to do with the abbess anymore. There are 3 encounters between Benji and Sybil here that made me side-eye him quite hard. When she found him talking with the other knights without Rory, and they were bad-mouthing him because he's not from a noble family and has no influence. How he never called her Sybil, not recognizing her beyond being a diviner, calling her constantly my diviner instead of Sybil, even when she asks him to. How they spoke about what comes after they kill the abbess, and she said she doesn't know yet what she'll do, but she might not continue being a knight. He was like, okay, I'll let you go. Thank you. So they head to the cave where the last Omen is. They separate at one point because tunnels, and while Moth and Benji go one way, Rory, Sybil and the gargoyle go another. Rory holds Sybil's hand and Sybil notices Benji looking. Another red flag. At one point, Rory loses his coin, so he has to jump in the water. Sybil asks the gargoyle to stay with him while she runs after his shadow. She finds one's untouched dead body and the last Omen, but it's not a human with stone eyes like the others, but a full-on gargoyle. And this incredible nice gargoyle explains how many years ago the abbess came and asked for the weaver himself to make the diviner's clothes. How she came with a gargoyle, and how after she decided to stop making their clothes because she wanted to die, she stopped getting the spring water and she started getting the girls instead. Every 10 years, brought by a gargoyle. But she wasn't a monster, she wouldn't drink their blood. She thought she would die, but instead became a gargoyle, turned into stone, cursed to never die. She begs Sybil to kill her. Sybil can't believe, but gargoyles are sprites. Most don't even speak. She says, thinking of the ones at the cathedral, maybe they're scared of the abbess, maybe they don't remember their previous lives as diviners. Not like the first one though. The weaver says, the first divinity, that little boy who always speaks so much. What's his name? And from the entrance of the cave, Sybil hears him calling for her. Bartholomew. Oh, Bartholomew, tell me your story, Sybil asks. And he shares how he was the first. How he at one point didn't want to dream anymore and the abbess punished him, turning him into a gargoyle. How he was told to be quiet. All the girls he brought to the abbess. How he brought her. Is anyone worried about Sybil? Oh my god. Then the others join them and they head to the cathedral. Finally, Sybil confronts the abbess, removes her shroud to not find a human or a gargoyle, but a woman made of stone, as beautiful as scary. She tries to drown Sybil in the spring as she tells her how she killed her sisters, how the Omens were all human, how they came to the hill, fought and died, how she created their symbols, how she's been using the weaver one to go inside the diviner's room without being noticed, how she feed them every 10 years, how she expected to keep Sybil as one of the gargoyles, her most obedient one, how she fabricated through all these years the dreams by being the one that drowns the girls. Sybil realizes that last dream she had with the moth was actually Bartholomew's dream, him trying to warn her of what was coming, saving her. Then Bartholomew comes to the rescue and Sybil gets a hang of her hammer. Abbess cracked and Sybil is like, it's only finished when we destroy the spring. And I'm over here like, cute, but can we fill up some 10-liter water tanks or something before, girl? You gonna be stoned in 10 years. No one mentions it. Rory, please step up. Tell me you filled up at least your Stanley Cup. Guys. So they just destroy the whole thing, and as they walk away all happy, night's coming closer, truth about to be revealed to the world. Fucking motherfucker Benji hits Rory with his sword, pushes Bartholomew, breaking his wing, hello, and points his sword at Moth. Traitor. Then he sells his plan like it's Shark Tank. I'll let you 3 escape if you promise to never come back. 6 will be my queen. What the fuck? We need something else for people to believe. All the gold will be given to the nobles. I must play my cards right. I think my grandfather would be proud. Yeah, sure. Rory, I always looked up to you, but you never bended the knee to me as a good knight. You'd leave with my diviner. And you, Moth, are too righteous for my plan. Everyone's shocked. Rory's like, and you gonna take my girl too? Sybil is in shock and tells Rory to go. Moth is dragging the other 2 away. Bartholomew doesn't understand what's happening and calls for Bartholomew to come with them. And as she sees everyone she has ever loved leave, she cries and then stares at her king and future husband. And that's the end. So that's it. You leave us like that. Bartholomew, are you okay? Jeez, guys, I mean, I think the end was a bit rushed. Not that I didn't see it coming from Benji's side, but damn. But anyways, this was really good. It's not a perfect score. I feel like at times it was predictable. For the second book, hopefully we also get the whole sprites thing solved. Sybil literally tells us she'll find the rest of the symbols and then go back to the cathedral and kill the abbess, and that's exactly what she does. I'm like, Queen, tell us the plot. It is literally what happens next, and I could be mad at it, but at the same time I enjoyed the journey. The vibes were vibing, so I let go. It's beautiful written, a whimsical gothic fantasy book, and at the moment I'm all about that vibe. Love the sisterhood, literally cried when Sybil realized there was no hope for his sisters. Rory was also a solid guy. Shipping hard, these two. Moth is mother, strong character. Benji is a bitch, and Bartholomew has my heart forever. He's a child, my baby. Funniest, sweetest little pumpkin pie. Don't hurt him, Rachel. This was The Knight and the Moth, a beautiful story that I can't wait to read more about. As predictable as it might have been at some points, I was shocked as I realized the gargoyles at the cathedral were diviners. The way I grasped my non-existing pearls. I'll see you guys in September for sure to read the second and last book of the series. In the meantime, check my channel for other book recap, and I might do an animatic of this book because how can I not? See you soon. Bye.